Excited to be here with you today as we are live and we are with a beautiful sister, and I just invite us to rub our hands together and I will introduce her. We just create some energy. Take a breath as we're streaming in, and whether you're with us live or you join us in the future, I am Jennifer Shira, Light Priestess Temple, activating your highest codes, and my beautiful guest today for our Creator Spotlight of the Light Priestess Temple community is Kaï Sunrise.
Aloha, welcome.
Yeah, I'm so excited. She's such a beautiful sister. We've gotten to know each other. We have been gridding and connecting and going on the land and in the sacred sites together. And I've just witnessed her magic and her gifts and her wisdoms. And Kaï Sunrise is a beautiful divine light channel, and she was called to the island of Hawaii, and she is going to share her story of how she evolved and how she went from artist to light worker, and how she embodies her gifts, and how her divine process has opened her ability for light language. She does one-on-one sessions. She carries and she offers light language counsel, play shops, and beautiful activations and ceremonies here in the island of Hawaii and online. And so her offering today and her magic today is stepping into higher self-embodiment. And with her background in dance and her background in somatic work and what she shared with me, it's really a deep path you've been on. And I'm so excited to welcome you and have you share your medicine. And please share in the comments if you're with us, where you're coming in from, where you're calling in from, and joining us here today. Oh, I'm definitely clearing. Thank you. We'll get some water. And so I hand it over to Kaï to share on what is stepping into your higher self embodiment. Just share on how, and your story. What's your story? And just, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm so excited to be here and to share with all of you. It's just an honor to be able to share my story, and I hope to inspire you and for a lot of it to resonate, and for you to feel seen by my words and my truth telling. So I have been stepping more and more into my higher self embodiment, especially in the last year, and especially in the last couple of months. And you know, all my story has really led up until this moment. So I'll share my background, and then I'll go more into the higher self embodiment. Yeah, so I started out as a hip hop dancer when I was 10, 11 years old. And so that really taught me how to embody rhythm and musicality in my body. You know, hip hop was influenced by African rhythms, so that's our humanity's root ancestor on the earth. So I really got to feel that in my body, and I grew up on Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts,
Wow.
which is like, you know,
the center of hip hop,
which was. So it was very lucky and special for me to meet my dance teacher, Kelly Peters. Shout out to my dance teacher, Kelly Peters. And I was with him in a hip hop crew for about 6 years. And I learned about performance as well. We performed a lot. So I got to express myself. I was kind of shy as a little girl. But when I was performing, I like did all these facial expressions, and I was really passionate. And so it really taught me how to be big and to be seen in my bigness.
That is huge.
Yeah.
So how did that learning how to be in your radiance and step into your bigness then help as you went through, you know, college years and then starting out and then artist? And then so like tell us more about then as when you were out in the world, how that hip hop or that background, tell us more about that.
Well, it was always something that I could kind of like tap into like my embodiment when I was feeling, you know, shy or out of my comfort zone at some sort of gathering and there was music. I could always go and just dance and be in my body and come back to myself that way. So as I moved on towards university, I decided to study contemporary dance choreography. And that was, you know, obviously very different from hip hop, but it was moving into a new type of more lyrical, more, you know, like opening the collarbone and just like widening my reach and having a tall spine, where hip hop was more earth, grounded, legs, rhythm, fire, earth and fire. Contemporary also has that, you know, has all the elements, but it's much more like lifting up the neck and like the spine, the tall spine, the cord at the in my dance classes there, the teacher would often talk about like a golden cord going from the top of the spine up to the heavens, and also having like imagining a tail to help your hips be rooted to the earth. So yeah, that was a new type of embodiment that I learned there. And I was also studying choreography. So I learned a lot about the creative process, and that was phenomenal. Like, I just really feel like if all children could learn about the creative process, they would just have such a brilliant, you know, foundation to create in their life.
Amazing.
You know?
So how did that then bridge this incredible foundation of embodiedness? How did that help you step into your higher self embodiment?
So this this degree that I did, the dance choreography degree, was in Montreal, Quebec. So I moved from Martha's Vineyard to Montreal. That's actually where I was born and where my father's family is from. So I went to university there and was living in a city, of course. And so it was beautiful as an artist to experience all these different types of art. You know, there was so many festivals there, and I just got to really soak up all of these different creative expressions. So I witnessed and was a part of like a diverse range of creativity, which I would say is very connected to now my ability to connect with my multidimensionality, because...
Can we talk about that?
Sure.
That is what I think people want to really hear. How did you take this beautiful foundation of dance and embodiment and then move into where it opened up the light language? And when did you did you have a moment when the channel started opening and you started speaking? Like, tell us about that moment.
Sure. So after Montreal and connecting to my multidimensionality, but through art, not really, I was kind of touching on that word while I was there, and touching on the word the unknown. But my spiritual awakening hadn't really like burst open at that point. But it did when I moved to Hawaii, and specifically, so we're on Big Island right now, but I lived on Kauai for 1 year. And when I moved there, of course, you know, this Aina, this land is just such an amazing teacher. So I began to go to these, especially these two places, Secrets Beach, which is this beautiful, giant white sand beach. And you can walk there far down the beach and have nobody around. So I would I would go there and I would get naked and I would just walk as far as I could without anybody around. So I was by myself, just this like naked, raw being in nature with Gaia's frequency. And I would just make sound. And in the beginning, I was making sounds that were, you could say, kind of ugly, like cathartic sounds. Like I was doing a lot of emotional release and kind of emptying out my vessel with the support of the ocean, of the wind, of the elements, of the sand, so the stones. And I felt really, really supported by that place. I also would go to this sacred river called Makaleha.
Mhm.
I want to do the same thing. Shout out to Makaleha and Secrets Beach as my teachers.
The land is a teacher, isn't
So
it?
much, so much. And then the water,
Mhm.
the ocean, and this place, Makaleha, which is like a sacred stream where people go to harvest spring water, like beautiful,
Mm.
crystalline, amazing healing waters. And
Mm.
the running of the river inspired me to sing. So I would go and I would bathe in the river, and I would just sing whatever was coming up for me, whatever was flowing through me, honestly.
Mhm.
And and also, funny detail, I would go to work at this restaurant, and then because of my frustrations at the restaurant, I would be driving home and I would just scream. I would just yell and yell, and I felt safe in my car because it was an enclosed space and nobody could hear me. So
Mhm.
in the beginning of my journey, there was a lot of just kind of excavating and emptying out.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you emptied out. You like, so the steps would be you went to where your soul called you. You went to sacred land
Mm-hmm.
areas, chi points where moving water is really a great one.
Yeah.
And then you emptied out, like you would cathartically do practices, or and then was your soul calling you, like you have something else opening in you, you
Mm-hmm.
have a calling, you're moving in this direction, and then you would just go to the waters and
Mm-hmm.
then tune into it. Is that kind of the starting process for you? Because I had a similar one too. So you had that. So you went to the sacred lands, you cleared. What's another point on your journey that you feel kind of guided you to where you are now, where you have offerings and you have
Yeah.
a community?
Well, definitely. So I lived on Kauai for a year, and that was very much like an emptying out and really being held by the gentleness there.
Mm-hmm.
Kauai is such like a watery island, and the grandmother island because she's the oldest one. And then eventually I was called here.
Mm-hmm.
Pele called me with her fire and her strength and her
Oh, Pele.
passion. I was like, there's something for me to learn around fire. So at that point I was learning to follow my intuition. Um, and so Kauai really opened my intuition and my connection of my voice with what I really wanted to express. So it was like an opening. And lots of healing with the waters. And then I was called to Big Island to here.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt intuitively that so I knew that there was a lot of ecstatic dance happening here. And I felt that what I wanted to offer from my background as an artist, as a dancer, as a singer, as a performer, could be received here. Kauai, the community is a little smaller, and I did end up offering something right before I left to my friend group. I called it embodied gibberish. So at that point, I was calling it gibberish. I still wasn't calling it light language.
Oh, so you didn't quite know what was coming in.
I didn't quite know when I was on Kauai.
Wow. Yeah. And then when did you realize that it's actual sacred tones coming through you? That must have been a big aha moment for you.
You know, I really want to thank two of my sisters, Morgan and Amelia. I lived with them in community at this community called Gaia Yoga on this island. And that's where I first lived when I got here. And they were really great reflections for me. So I feel really grateful to have had these two sisters who were also, you could call them star seeds or awakened ones, or, people who are really on their spiritual path and like available to hear my stories. So I would share with them what I went through on Kauai, and in the morning I started incorporating it into my morning practice. So first it was kind of like something that I would do out in nature, and it would just kind of like erupt out of me. Like I kind of needed those power places in nature to help the sound come out, and also for me to feel comfortable doing it. Then on Big Island, I lived with these two sisters, and I felt comfortable enough around them to be in my morning practice and start incorporating sounding into I just kind of call it sounding. And then eventually I realized, I can't remember an exact moment, but it was from these two reflections, especially, that I was able to call it light language. And I'd heard of light language before, but I just began to strengthen my confidence in myself through these friendships.
Wow. And so then you brought it into your morning practice. And what is a practice that you could maybe share that you do that maybe would open up if there's beloveds here that have a voice or a sonic gift? And even you could add it and you can open up that, and that might inspire other audio clairvoyance or different light worker upgrades. Like, what's that practice? Like maybe something that you could share to help them move into their higher self-embodiment.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing it there. So it's really great to start with just tuning in with your body. You can scan your body with your hands or just with your mind, your attention, and just notice where in your body is really wanting more love. So it might be a place that's tense or, with anxiety, with this like kind of anxious feeling, like a bubbling. And so just notice where in your body.
Yeah, my stomach. A little bit.
You're feeling like it needs more
probably because we're
attention.
live. So maybe not when I'm sitting in my temple, but yeah. So for me, my stomach a little bit right now.
Okay. So just noticing where that is in your body and breathing into that place. And then just really easily allowing some sound directly from that place, the channel from that place to your mouth. And at first the sounds might be a little wobbly or like, might start out with emptying out. It's nice to start out with emptying out from that place. Some sighing. You might do that for a while, or you might just do it for some time, like a few sounds. And then when you feel ready, you can begin to allow sounds that bring soothing energy to this place in your body. So if you're feeling tight, it might be more opening sounds like So you can think of it as like singing a lullaby to this area of your body, singing a soothing song. So first step is just breathing, tuning in with where you need love in your body, then some emptying out, and then some self-soothing. And from there, honestly, the way that I've discovered so many different sounds is just to explore and play. And this does take some releasing of self-judgment, because some of the sounds that I make, honestly, in light language are very strange. Like they're very otherworldly, and it's not something that I would go to right away as like a healing sound. So I think a lot of this higher self-embodiment takes releasing what we imagine higher self-embodiment to be, like, oh, it needs to look like this, I need to sound like this, I need to da-da-da-da. But just really tuning in with what's actually there in your body, what's truly there in your body.
So important.
And then realizing that you are your own healer and that you can self-soothe. Yeah, and send healing energy through your hands, through your voice. Oh, I'm feeling really good right now just from saying this.
Yeah, I feel more peaceful in my field. And is this what has helped you to find your gifts and to step into that, where now you publicly channel light language, and it's different every time I'm with you. So how did you then go from starting to empty out and to soothe yourself and to bring it in to then almost like a language, and it speaks to you, and then you also decode it? Like when I've been with you, you're like, oh, now they're celebrating now. When we were together last night, a whole portal opened. Pretty amazing. And together, and my light language is more as a sealing, but it can come out in very activated containers too. I've noticed when my body's open.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, don't you feel? That channel, I know every actor speaks like my body is a vessel. Like, so whatever you're wanting to bring into the world is not the pushing and the, oh, I've got to call these 10 people and I got to, you're operating from the old way, the pushing, the it's not the natural flow of where we're moving into in this Aquarian age, don't you feel? It's like you have to flow, and sometimes what comes out is 10 million times better than what your brain even thought of, because you're tapping in that universal field. What do you feel for how you bring your gifts now out as more of like a full channel, like how you've evolved? Because we're kind of walking you from hip hop class, 10 years old, college, opening your gifts. Like I sat on a waterfall for the first time and did what spirit told me and gridded it. And then I did what I was told. I sat there, I said yes, and I showed up for 30 days. And then I got kind of promoted, and then I kind of got spread to different lineages and different beloveds on the other side, and it all just grew from there. So me too, I was on the sacred land and opened up some portals. And so I started that way, not knowing either. I would just go in my running shoes and it was cold there, so I'd have like a puff, like a little vest and my leggings and my running shoes and my mala beads, and that's all I had, and some roses. They wanted me to grid with roses. That's all I had. That's all I knew. And then now we're talking together and speaking, and I've gone through an evolution as well. So tell me about then now from discovering it, then how did you get that confidence to share?
Well, I started small. I started offering classes at the community that I was living in, Gaia Yoga. There's about, at different times, 20 to 30 people living there. So I would offer a class there. And because it was in community, it was just free. So I didn't have the pressure of, performing for a certain price. So, I just offered from my heart, and I got to like witness what happened when I offered different exercises, and like I received a lot of appreciation as well. And so I got to see how what I was sharing impacted others. And from there, I kind of dove in and decided to offer this 6-week divine play course. And divine play.
Whoa, that's a dive. Good for you.
I got a pretty good turnout. The first I went every week. It was a 6-week course, but it was a drop-in. So I got like 8 to 15 people per class, and I started making money that way. And I was like, wow, I can make money from my gifts. Like I'm making a playlist, and I'm getting people to like shake and move and twist and move their bodies in different ways, and I'm receiving money for this. And then I was like, oh wow, this is valuable in the community. And I was like, and still the appreciation would come in as well as the monetary support. So from there I started offering a weekly class at a different place, and just got more and more practice in. And then eventually, so divine play was kind of like playful improvisational movement and voice. But then I just really started to feel like actually my highest excitement is really at that phase at light language. So then I started moving into offering light language ceremonies, and again received just great feedback. So it was really this path of trusting my highest excitement. And I just love creating workshops and ceremonies. Like, it's just so fun for me. And so I really feel like following what is in your highest excitement, what is fun for you to create, like what is like the precipice of like, oh my gosh, what if I did that? Like, that is higher self-embodiment. That is like, what is your highest joy? And that's really going to be received by people, because if you're in this vibration of like, oh my gosh, what if I did light language ceremonies? And then and then you do it, and like the first time I did it, I was a little afraid of certain moments, but I just kind of like just kept going and going and going. And now I'm with Jennifer, and I'm just learning so much from her, and I feel so excited about like expanding in this way as well. And yeah, it's just been such a beautiful journey. And yeah, I just really believe in all of you, and I just want to send out some loving energy that just give you some some strength and support in whatever is your highest excitement. Like,
maybe you could do a little light language, just sending out to them to move into their highest self-embodiment.
yeah,
Maybe just send out and with your gifts and give them a little taste of receiving your light language.
Sure, I'd love to do that. Okay, so this is for you to embody your gifts and step into your higher self. Sudiram deradotoriamdi Surandari Saridaramdari Dorandaro Shonto Ramakata Ramakata Diogojo Paranokuata Shobakani Kuchiata Tama Oramakata Matia Shamaka Matia Shakayamok Oshamakota Japawa Yamato Oshiwakata Yamato Kurio Shakata Makuruto Shakata Shapato Makata Yasokota. Yeah, and this leads into, I feel really excited about the free gift that I'm giving to one special person. And it is a light language, sound healing, and energy session. So in this session, we will go into what your experience is right now in your life and what you're needing to call in, and then we will focus in on those energies that you're calling in, and I will channel based on that and your field and what you need, and we'll really just bring you deeper into your own harmonic resonance. So I'm really excited about that. I'm giving away that 1 hour free session for the special person who finds himself with it, and I'm really grateful for whoever that is.
So who is it going to be? Click on the free gift link below in the captions and have a beautiful session with Kaï Sunrise and open your higher self-embodiment. And I feel she shared incredible, simple evolution that is, it's so simple with the universe. First you take what you love, you listen to your soul, you empty out, and then you follow your bliss, you follow what excites you, and you share, because that's when you become magnetic and people can find you. It's not when it's like, oh, I better go do this. Oh, wow, I'm not excited. No, there's no magnetic field. But when you're like, yes, and all right, and I'm my radiance and my light and that harmonic resonance, and your magnetic field opens. And I just feel like this is the new golden world. The creators, and why we're spotlighting every Wednesday is that as the beloved share their magic, share their wisdom, this is going out on the ley lines, and it's inspiring all of us to share our highest soul embodiment and to move into that, because that is what the new world is. We are the co-creators of it. And this is that Light Priestess Temple community is gathering the leaders, Wayshowers, and priests and priestesses of light who are creating the new world. And let's get together, let's join together, and let's create this together. And so how can people find you, Kaï? They want to connect with you.
So one of the best ways to find me is through Instagram at Kaï_Sunrise. And yeah, I'd love to connect with you there. I'm also going to be supporting this community in our on Facebook. We're going to have the Wednesday spotlight.
Every Wednesday, noon Pacific time, we will have a new creator and we want to feature you. So DM us or send in you have a message to share, you have a modality, a transmission, or a beautiful way of being, share with us, connect with us, and be featured. And we have a curated Wednesdays of our Wednesday spotlight. And then, yeah, we have more.
So then we're going to be using what the wonderful community member is sharing on Wednesdays as a theme for movement medicine Mondays and truth Thursdays. And yeah, on Mondays, we're going to be, getting whoever wants to share on the group what tools they've gathered for how these movement tools have helped them on their journey. Sometimes it'll be more focused on like somatic healing, or more playful, just dancey movement medicine. And then on Thursdays, it's going to be focused on truth telling. So through writing, through poetry, through art, it's really a place for you to express what's alive for you in your life and to feel seen and supported and connected with this community. And I feel really excited to be stepping into that role and to be a part of this community in that way.
And I've always envisioned this, to have a community, a real community where we really share, where you can find beloveds to collaborate with for your offerings. When you see incredible sound healing, you're like, that's what I was looking for our summit, or for our, new moon gathering, or new moon and sun gathering. And that's where we all find each other. Yeah. And so Mondays is Movement Mondays. Start the week with some movement. Do a 1-minute video clip of yourself, post it, or get inspired and receive the sharings that are on. And then Wednesdays is all fresh, exclusive content of a creator sharing their wisdom and their magic, like today. And then Thursdays is our pillar of Truth Thursdays. So sharing your truth, speak your truth, dance your truth, sketching, poetry, whatever moves you. It's like, this is about really being yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about like trying to be something that you thought you needed to be, but moving in so that you can embody this higher self and activate your highest codes in a community that loves you, in a community of support and connection and sisterhood and brotherhood and union. So so join us Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Mark your calendar and find Kaï and connect with her and open your higher self-embodiment. I hope this has inspired you and connected with you. Do you have just a bit of advice, or a quote or a sentence you'd like to part with our beautiful community?
Something I was tuning in with this morning is just this, like, when we really embody our higher self, or when our soul's truly in our body, the speed, efficiency, and ease of communication from cell to galaxy to entire universe is going to be so seamless. And just, we are this age of creation that we're moving into. Yeah, I hope you can feel it right now as I'm saying it. So if you want to bring that into your morning meditation, just imagining each cell of your being in harmonic resonance with your whole body, the earth, the planet, the galaxy, the whole of the universe. Really easeful communication in all ways. Embodiment on all levels.
Oh, and thank you for our beloveds commenting, saying what a beautiful to be here and magical blessings, Light Sisters. And I think it's so important. So this is Light Priestess Temple Facebook community premiering. And whenever you see this, click on the link below and join the beautiful community of light and your soul tribe and receive free gifts and offerings on Wednesdays and receive the medicine of beautiful curated light workers and healers, oracles, and beautiful beloveds that are leading the golden age and opening and creators of the new world, the new golden age and the new golden world for earth and the new human kind of light. And I send you so much love and blessings, and thank you,
Thank
Kaï.
you too.
So
Really
much
appreciate it.
honored and to share your medicine and your beautiful love and light with the community and getting so that we all get to know you and to connect with you. And I send you so much love, and we will see you every Wednesday, and we will have video transmissions or lives, and this is just the beginning. And so join us, be a part of the community. Click on the link below, the Light Temple Priestess Facebook community. Much love, many blessings, and we will see you then, and we'll see you in the temple. And I'm Jennifer Shira, and activate your highest codes. Much love, beloveds.